Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon, everybody. Rochelle here. I'm back on your channel today. So I wanted to thank you first for joining my channel today. You see the title? I am making a whipping cream pound cake. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it, the quickest way to do it. I don't believe in spending a lot of time in the kitchen when I can do things a lot quicker, easier, and more efficient. So hopefully you get something out of this. I did go ahead and prep. I'm going to show you my ingredients. Stand by. Okay, I'm using Swan's Down cake flour. That is 3 cups of cake flour. I'm using 3 cups of sugar. I'm going to throw in here a pack of French vanilla jello pudding. That makes it a lot moister. I have 3 sticks of salted butter, 6 eggs. I got a half a pint of heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to be using this vanilla extract by Modern Bakers, which is, I really like this extract. So I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to be using a teaspoon of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the mixer, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we're at the KitchenAid mixer. This is one of my favorite kitchen tools when I'm making cakes. It does all the work for you. You just have to put it in a bowl. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream these 3 sticks of butter. These are already at room temperature, so it's going to be a lot easier. You have to have it at room temperature, as well as your eggs need to be at room temperature. So sometimes I'll set them out the night before if I know I'm going to make them a cake earlier. And I'm going to that bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 cups of sugar. So we're going to go ahead and let this cream for a little while. The spatula that I'm going to be using to do this, I'm going to be using my paddle. I like the paddle because it keeps the sides pretty much straight for you, which is less work for you. So let me go ahead, Lord. I'm going to start it off on low. That would be on stir on your KitchenAid. So if you're using a KitchenAid, then you're going to put it on stir. You can always move it up a little bit. I wanted to incorporate that sugar first, so we can go ahead and put it on 2. We just want to get this nice and creamy and whipped up. This may take a few minutes. And take it up a little bit, take it up to 4. I really want to get that butter whipped and that sugar really incorporated and start dissolving in that butter before I start adding my eggs. I also have already started preheating my oven to 325 Fahrenheit. So you want 325 to bake this cake. 325. Okay, let's turn it down a little bit. I'm going to turn it back on to 1, which is just stir. And I'm going to start adding in my eggs one at a time. And I just want to get that incorporated, and then we'll just keep adding the eggs. See, this mixer does all the work, so this is the easy part. Once you have your ingredients and your measurements for what you want to use, then the machine does all the work. You just have to know when to add what. Okay, we're about ready to start adding the flour. I'm going to add in 3 cups of flour. And then alternate putting in a little bit of the heavy whipping cream. Before I put that flour in, I'm going to go ahead and add my pudding, my French vanilla pudding. I'm going to go ahead and add this right in here. And this was a 3.4 ounce box. So it's a small box. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of the whipping cream in there since I've added that pudding. That's the heavy whipping cream. Now I shifted this flour. It's one flour, but the recipe calls for you to shift it. So I just sift it. Sift, 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 sift it. Okay. My first cup. And while this flour is mixing, I have it on stir. Put a little bit of the heavy whipping cream in there. And because I put this pudding in, I may have to put in more of the heavy whipping cream, but not too much. Uh-oh. I'm getting flour everywhere. A little bit more of the whipping cream. I did add in, if you didn't hear me, I did add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Go ahead and get the rest of this flour in. And put this back on one until this flour is incorporated. This is the last one I'm putting in is the actual cup. It was the 3rd cup. Here. All the flour is in now. Here's the last of the heavy whipping cream. I think I'm going to add a little bit of more in here. Because of the pudding. That was about a quarter of what I have left. So a total of 3/4 pint is what I added in there. Okay, I think we're all done here. I think we need to mix any more. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think we're all good here. This is a very flavorful pound cake. Okay. Okay. Remember, I know a lot of people like to lick the bowl and the spoons and everything. Remember, there's 6 uncooked eggs in here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get my pan that I'm going to be making. It's actually a bundt cake pan. It's about 10 to 14, I think it's 10 to 14 cups. Yeah, it holds 10 to 14 cups. This is my favorite cake pan right here. It's kind of heavy, but it's really, really good, and it makes a great bundt cake. What I'm going to use is this Baker Joy. I don't, like to put flour and the oil and flour and all that. I just use this Baker's Joy. It's really good. I've had nothing stick in any pan that I've ever used this in when it comes to baking. So I do highly recommend that you utilize this. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pan set up, and then I'll be back once we're ready to put this cake in the oven. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this cake mix in this pan. Now this should bake for about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So it just depends on your stove. We are baking this at 325. And so we'll check it at the 1 hour mark. And if it needs to go another 15 minutes, we'll take it to the 15-minute mark. And at that time, we'll check it again. And if it's done, we'll take it out. If not, it still can go another 15 minutes. Shouldn't go past 1 hour and 30 minutes, but you should check it to be careful. You want to make sure that your cake is cooked all the way through. Pound cakes can be tricky sometimes when it comes to baking them. You'll think they're done, and then when you go to cut open them, you'll see that, it didn't cook all the way. So, and then you don't want to overcook them, because then they'll be kind of dry. So, I had every intention today to actually make a banana cream pound cake, but I didn't have the banana extract that I needed. Thought I had some, but I didn't. So guess I have to go back to the market, and one day I'll make that for us. Okay, we got it all in there. What I'm going to do is drop it a couple times. I know this might be a little loud for you, but I want to make sure I get all the air bubbles out. Let me smooth the top a little bit. Okay, I think we're all set. And we're going to get this in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but I'm going to check it at the 1 hour mark. Okay, and so I'll be back once I take this cake out of the oven. I wanted to show you how I set this in the middle of my rack, right in the center of the rack. Okay, we'll be back. Sneak peek, sneak peek. It's not done yet. It got about another 15 minutes, and we'll check it. Guys, I'm back. You see how this cake looks? It looks fantastic. Turned out well. It's too hot for me to take it out of this pan yet, so I'm going to let it cool down. And then once I have it all out of the pan, then we'll come back and take a look at it and maybe give it a slice of it. Alright, we'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, this is the final look at that pound cake. This is your whipping cream pound cake. Turned out fantastic. too warm still for me to cut it, so I'm not going to cut it. Besides, I don't really want any cake right now. But I just wanted to show this to you. Look at that. Good job. Nice. Nice. Okay, if you like this content, think you can be able to do this recipe, make sure that you go ahead and give it a try. It's really a good, quick, simple recipe, as you can see for yourself. You've seen the ingredients, you see what I put in the cake, and so it turned out very, very well. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, share a comment, let me know if there's something particular you'd like for me to cook, and I'll see if I can do it a quicker, simple way for you. Also, make sure that you share this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, take your time to subscribe, and also hit that notification button so that whenever I upload some content, you'll be the first to be notified. All right, thank you. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Bye.